It's December 12th, 2023, and this is Sketchworks NewsBrake. The news stops here. I'm Brian Troxell. On Capitol Hill last week, in sworn congressional testimony, the presidents of Harvard, Penn, and MIT said that calling for the genocide of Jews did not violate their code of conduct. That is, of course, unless any of those Jews were misgendered. After some pushback in response to the testimony, Liz McGill, the president of the University of Pennsylvania, resigned from her position on Saturday. But don't worry, she has another position lined up already as the president of Hamas. Hunter Biden was indicted by a California grand jury last week, accusing him of failing to pay $1.4 million in income tax. Hey, that's your dad's money! The indictment includes an approximation of Hunter's expenditures during that period. Such expenses include over $600,000 to various women, $188,000 for adult entertainment, as well as a $53,000 contribution to his Roth IRA. Now, say what you must about Hunter Biden, but at least he's thinking about his future. Former House Speaker Kevin McCarthy plans to resign from Congress at the end of this year. He says he's doing so in order to, in his words, serve America in new ways. It's a fitting decision for a man who spent the past year getting served in Congress by his fellow Republicans. McCarthy is one of several Republicans who chose not to run for re-election. This gives the Republican Party a very slim majority in the House, and greater odds of the Republican Party turning into the Spirit Halloween store of politics. Senator Rand Paul successfully performed the Heimlich maneuver on his colleague, Senator Joni Ernst, at a GOP luncheon. Everyone congratulated Paul on his actions, except for Mike Pence, who still believes the Heimlich maneuver counts as intercourse. Expelled Congressman George Santos is now making money through cameo videos that cost at least $400 a pop. Why spend that much money on a cameo video from a jerk when you can pay $10 for a cameo video from me, someone who only plays a jerk on television and film? It makes a great Christmas gift for the special mom on your naughty list. We performed 81 new sketches in 2023. Holy cow! So for our first show in 2024, we're showcasing some of our favorites and giving our writers a bit of a break. We're also returning to the space where we performed for 9 years, now open again under new management and a new name, Limelight Theater. Tickets are on sale now at our new Linktree, where you can find links to everything Sketchworks comedy, as I add them. Continuing its war on Hamas in the southern part of Gaza, Israel began flooding the tunnels from where Hamas conducts their operations, making the tunnels essentially the world's worst water park, barely surpassing Six Flags Over Georgia. More than 4 dozen endangered turtles from New England will spend the next few weeks in Florida to recover from a condition known as cold stun. Once the turtles recover, Florida Governor Ron DeSantis promises to put them on a bus with some Mexican immigrants and send them all to New England. The Republican Party held their 4th presidential debate last week. The debate was said to be the most diverse in GOP history, with 2 candidates of Indian descent, 1 meatball, and 1 guy who really likes meatballs. In "We haven't heard from them in a while" news, Texas Senator Ted Cruz is pushing for car manufacturers to keep AM radios in their new models. This measure has the unanimous support of every senior who is no longer fit to be operating a motorized vehicle. In other "we haven't heard from them in a while" news, an arrest warrant has been issued in California for actor Andy Dick. I think we all saw that coming. for failing to register as a sex offender when he changed his home address. If you see Mr. Dick, do not approach him. Call law enforcement. He is considered loaded and gropey. Breast implants were used to hold a man's heart in place while he underwent a double lung transplant. "This is the kinkiest OnlyFans request I've ever had," said the woman the implants belonged to. That woman with the implants actually subscribes to our YouTube channel, as far as we know. And if you haven't already, please take a moment to do the same. We'd like to end the year with as many subscribers as possible, and we would love it if you were among them. And that is this year's penultimate gratuitous plug. Hackers have obtained 7 million personal profiles from the genetic testing company 23andMe with the intent of finding out what exactly is Iggy Azalea. Thursday, Def Leppard and Journey announced a joint tour of 23 North American cities beginning in July 2024. So be sure to tell your dad. Speaking of music, in a tweet on X, are they still tweets? Are they excrements? I'm not sure what they're called now. Anyway, Australian singer Sia shared she had liposuction to remove weight, explaining, "Please know that I am so lucky to have the resources to change the way I look. I am insecure, like most people, and being in the public eye gives me anxiety. So I've made the choice to alter my appearance for my own confidence issues. Pray for me, please. I love you. Keep going." I had no idea she was Australian. Peach Fuzz has been nominated as the color of the year for 2024. And if you want my opinion on what complements Peach Fuzz, I recommend white. Veterinarians are now saying that the fears of a mysterious dog respiratory illness may be overblown. Good! I'm tired of my dog working from home. A Georgia man is suing the police department that he says forced him to cut his hair while he was an officer. The man is a devout Rastafarian and says his dreadlocks are part of his religious beliefs. However, the police department says he had to cut his hair because it might interfere with his job duties of seeing innocent people before he shoots them. In a shocking new YouGov poll, 20% of Gen Z respondents said they believe that the Holocaust is a myth. The other 80% said that they're unsure what the Holocaust is, but they assume it's gone up with inflation. Oh, Gen Z. Panera was blamed for a second death after a man drank 3 charged lemonades and suffered a fatal heart attack. Panera has offered to cremate the man and name him Soup of the Day. A 52-foot-long fin whale was found dead on a beach in San Diego, California over the weekend. Marine biologists are unsure what killed the whale, but to be safe, they have issued an arrest warrant for Andy Dick. That's all for Sketchworks NewsBrake. We'll be back next week, and we hope you are too. I'm Brian Troxel. Say hi to your mom for me and tell her to stay away from Andy Dick.
Over $1,300,000,000,000,300,000,000,000.